All right, hey everybody. It is January the 8th, 2023, around 12:23 p.m. East Coast time, and there's been a lot of talk about a East Coast storm happening later this week around the 13th or so, which is Friday. Yes, unfortunately, we have a Friday the 13th this month, and then there's Saturday the 14th, and then Sunday the 15th. But this system is going to be looking more like rain for us here in the Carolinas. There was a lot of talk about it possibly being some kind of rain or snow event. But we're actually going to take a look at that here in a little bit. But right now, we have this little system right here this Sunday evening, Sunday during the day, Sunday night to talk about, which is going to put down some freezing rain, or possibly some freezing rain or some wintry precip around here in the northwest mountains of North Carolina. So if you're around those areas like Boone, um, just an eye out and be aware that there's going to be some wintry precip and possibly some slippery surfaces as we head into 7 p.m. tonight. There is a winter weather advisory for that right now. Otherwise, this system is going to pretty much linger overnight, be mainly rain for us here in Charlotte and across the Piedmont. Not expecting anything wintry from this. It's just part of the whole train of an active southern jet of rainstorms coming across the southern U.S. into much of the middle and later of this month. And let's take a look over here at the current watches and warnings for our area right here. So again, it's just the extreme northern and western parts of the mountains and the western Virginia and West Virginia mountains here with this winter weather advisory pretty much in effect until later this evening, which is going to be Sunday night. Okay, so let's get over here to the models and let's talk about what's going to happen later this week. We're not really too enthusiastic on any type of wintry precip at any time this month for the Piedmont. Of course, that could change. But here comes the GFS model as we head into Friday the 13th. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, definitely might want to stay home that day. Well, I work from home every day, so it's not going to be a big deal to me. So rocking back and forth right there with the GFS model as we head into later this weekend. Looking like mainly rain. Now there could be some snow in the mountains on the back side of this thing as it makes its way through. Right up there, Jesse, Storm Tracker Sacker in Johnson City, Tennessee, might be getting some flurries out of this. It could be some mountain snows in the higher elevation behind this. Might be too warm. We don't really know. But it could be after this front moves through and brings in the colder air behind it. But we're not really expecting anything other than a rain event for Friday. So probably put a damper on some travel for Friday afternoon and evening and into Saturday. And then that brings in some colder air temporarily with snow showers in the mountains on the back end of it. And then we pretty much like have a chilly weekend next weekend, but then temperatures rebound kind of quickly as that upper low takes all the colder air with it. So it should be a decent Sunday as this whole system clears out. It should be a nice sunset, clearing skies on Sunday night right there with another high pressure system fills in for Monday also on the 16th next week. And then we're looking at yet another rain event, drizzle, showers, low clouds again as we head into Tuesday next week. So the southern branch remains active with rain, as we said before in previous videos and previous posts on Facebook. It just looks like a rainy second half of the month, and maybe a little bit of a cool down back to normal as far as temperatures go. Let's get into that. Again, there's no snow or anything really here in the long range into the 23rd or so on the models, but of course that's subject to change. But the overall trends for the second half of January are not looking good. Let's take a look here at the Euro Weeklies, and yeah, so here we go. Like this is pretty much like into as the 12th of January, so it's 5 day chunks. Excuse me, 7 day chunks. It's weeklies, obviously. So looking like we kind of go back to normal again with that storm system that comes through the southeast this coming Friday and into the weekend. And we kind of cool off in that time frame after then. But then we have no problem warming right back up again from the 16th into the 23rd or so. And as we go into later this month, it's looking just still warm. However, we could go back to average for this time of year to end January, anywhere from the 23rd or so into the 31st, or the 24th into the 31st. Looks like the change could be coming around later this month into the 22nd or 23rd or so. But it's just a change back to normal. There's nothing really frigid going to be spilling out of Canada for us this time. Not like Christmas anyway. Just a descent back to normal, a small descent back to normal. And then, this is interesting though, as we get into the first half of February, say around the third or so, the first week of February, there's hints of colder air moving in. And this looks like a more wide-scale cold blast that could be happening across much of the country as the air is actually going to be coming from the north, which is what we want for cold air, and it's not going to be created by a storm system. It's going to be actual cold air that comes in from our cold air source, which is northern Canada. It's too soon to say if this is going to be any type of Arctic outbreak, a true Arctic outbreak, or just like cold air from Canada. But that's a pretty cold signal there as we head into the 6th to the 13th of February or so. Looks like it remains normal along the coast, but of course, the details are still not to be determined this far out. And then we have the 8th to the 15th, the 9th to the 16th. Looks like it remains chilly there for much of February, so it doesn't look like it's going to be as warm of a February as it was for January at all, with all this cold signal here across much of the eastern half of the U.S. It looks like the cold air source might get cut off again after it does get cold in the early to mid-February, and then things could start to warm up once again. Yeah, it's what it looks like to me here as we go into later February, after the middle of February, could warm up once again. So if we have any type of shot for a winter storm or cold, it's probably going to be the first or second week of February, if not both. That's going to be our best chances as we cool back down to below normal temperatures right here. So let's back it up and look once again. It's going to be a warm middle of January, other than going to average after our storm system this coming weekend. And then it's going to be back to normal or so, maybe later in January on 22nd, 23rd or so to end the month. And then that normal sticks with us into the beginning of February, but then the first week of February, things start to get colder. Could be some cold air outbreaks, possibly Arctic outbreaks into the middle of February, so it's looking colder, and then it goes back to normal, and the cold probably disappears by the end of February as it starts to warm up once again, which makes sense in the long range as the sun angle starts to get stronger as we approach March here. No real snow or anything looking like it here in the Carolinas in the near future anyway. For first of February, second week of February, some of the snowiest times of year for the Carolinas. So that's very possible that we could have a shot at our winter storm then, and that might be really our only decent shot of anything down here in the South all winter. But this is what it's looking like right now as far as what we can expect here in the South. All right, well, we try to keep this video short, but definitely like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. It'll help us out a lot with growing our channel here on YouTube. And make sure you share us to your friends if you can. But the biggest thing here is just on our channel is clicking the like and subscribe button, and also taking a look at our other videos too. And just if you're bored, just see what else we have here, and even if it's not relevant to right now, it could be just something interesting to view. Thanks a lot for subscribing to this channel and for watching this video. I am Carolina Weather Authority meteorologist Mike Griffith, alongside Jesse Storm Tracker Sacker. And if anything pops up, we'll do a live session somewhere. I don't know if it's gonna be on here or Facebook, but shout out to Jesse for helping on the page, and shout out to you all for following us on Facebook, and also subscribing to this channel and watching these YouTube videos. Take care, everybody.